Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show where we love Seattle pro sports. I'm your host, Mikey, and we are here to bring you another Seattle Seahawks 7 round mock draft. And yeah, again, I've still been getting some great suggestions for ideas on how to do some of these mocks, be it whether it's like trading back or just trading as much as I can, trading back as much as I can to get more picks and rounds, trying to take some receivers in middle rounds to replace, to be the eventual, replacement guy to develop to take over for Lockett or some, and another one to, just replace Eskridge. A lot of great fun ideas out there. And yeah, I'm definitely going to try to play them out if the situation presents itself. We might get in here and start this simulation, and we might not get any trade offers. Offered to us, and we might not come across the receivers that we like when we get to those positions. But yeah, those are all fun ideas. I'm definitely still wanting to try out again. If Brock Bowers ever falls to us at 16, then I want to take it just because I want to play out that situation just based on other mockers mocking him to us. I mean, I just saw some mocks that came out today that saw Brock Bowers being picked after us. So, it does seem like people are predicting he might go in that range just based on what's going to happen at the top of the draft. So, it'd be interesting to see. If you get a talent like that on your team, you would have to take him at 16. You wouldn't be able to trade, and then so how does that affect the rest of your draft, and are you able to get what you want later on? Let's find out if that situation plays out. If not, we're just gonna go with what is presented to us, just like the Seahawks are going to have to do on actual draft day. What's going on with the simulator here? There it goes. It's taking a while to load there for a second. I was gonna say, I thought I put this thing on fast. It was going pretty slow there for a second. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at what is being offered around. Oh, okay. All right. Right off the bat here, I see there's some, just like I think there's going to be in reality, there's going to be some really good players available when the Seahawks pick. But with the trade offers that are available to us, I'm going to take this one. We are swapping our 16 for number 17 with Jacksonville, and then we are taking our pick 81 and swapping that to their pick 48. So I like we're just moving back one spot while also taking a third-round pick and moving it all the way up there into the second round. So we'll accept that one and see if anything else comes our way. Got 3 trade offers here. I'm going to go through these and see what they are. I have not wanted to do this in the past just because I don't want to trade with LA. I don't want to give them a player that they want, but I do want to play out the situation that somebody thought would be fun if I'm trying to get as many picks as I can in the second and third round. Again, remember, these simulations, we're having fun here. Some of these are going to be a little bit more realistic, and some of these we're going to try to do some crazy fun things and just see what happens. So I am going to take this trade with the Rams, again swapping our 17 with the 19, and then taking our 102 and swapping it with their 52. And again, the purpose of this is just to see how much better the draft might look if we can get more picks back up in that second and third round. That especially that second round that we have traded out of, and third round that we only have one pick in now after the Sam Howell trade. So we'll take this, try to keep moving up in positions here. This one from San Francisco, I really am not interested. But Detroit comes back again. They still have somebody on the board that they want and are offering us one that very similar to what they sent to us earlier. So we are swapping our 19 for their 29. So we're moving back 10 spots there, but we are also swapping our 118 and getting their pick 61. So that's a big jump there. Getting all the way back up into the second round from that fourth round pick. And then they're going to send us a third round pick. No swap there, just adding that one on, pick 73. So we will take that one. Here we go. We are playing out that situation where we are just stacking up the trades and stacking up the picks here in these first and middle rounds. I think that's that's gonna do it based off of what these other trade offers are. I don't think I want to take them, and we've already gotten what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks now in the first 3 rounds. I'm feeling pretty good about that. One of these picks will still be coming in the first round, and based on what I see on the board, yeah, there's still some players here that I would like to take here. And again, with that mindset that John Schneider has, that you don't want to overdraft and overpay guard, then we've made a few trades to trade back here. Still at the end of the first round, but you can go here and feel good about getting Graham Barton. About getting Graham Barton here, and getting your starting guard. So that's what we're going to do here. And then our next pick comes at 48. Because, all these awesome trades we made. Now we got some different. We got 48 and then 52. Whew. Okay. Well, in this scenario, Edgerrin Cooper is still here. I don't want to miss out on him if we wait till 52, so I am going to take Edgerrin Cooper here. And then we do get a trade offer coming from Cleveland, swapping our 52 to their 54, and then picking up 156. That's just another pick added on, so I will accept that one as well. And now we are picking at 54. And yeah, I like the guy a lot. So I am going to take T'Vondre Sweat here. Again, I think he could be that big, huge guy in the middle that Mike McDonald wouldn't mind putting down, putting in the game, 2 downs at a time, eating up the middle of that field. And that's really, if he's taking on that whole middle section of the line, that's really opening things up for Williams to be the kind of defensive tackle he can be. The opening it up for Draymond Jones to live up to the potential that he has in the contract we gave him. Because they can work a little bit more outside, which especially Draymond Jones, that's more his thing. So T'Vondre Sweat can just take over that nose tackle spot right in the middle. So we're going to take T'Vondre Sweat here. Ooh, okay. Again, because I like picking up some more picks here, we will just swap with Baltimore here, our 61 for their 62, and they're going to send us their pick 250. Again, we might be able to just fill a need late in the draft there. I didn't notice that we had another one. No, I'll take the Baltimore one. So yeah, moving back one spot, and then also picking up 250 where we might fill a need, or just get a player that we like that we want to bring in for tryout. So there you go. Um, hmm. Two trade offers here. One that's not too bad from New England, where they want to swap with us our 62 for their 68, and then our 2025 third round pick for their pick 103. So they're, that would be that ended up being a fourth round pick, beginning of the fourth round. Let me see what's around here. Do you want to take any of these players? Some of them are looking interesting. I think I'm going to stick with the pick here because I do want to take Junior Colson. I don't want to miss out on Junior Colson. So I'm going to take Junior Colson here at pick 62. And then at 73, trade offers coming in. I'm not going to take them because at 73 here, we got some more really good options in this area. Again, that's why it would be really good for the Seahawks. If they were able to pull off some trades on trade day, like John Schneider does love to do, and pick up some more picks in the second and third round range. I mean, I'm telling you already. Like, again, I don't know how realistic this draft would be, but if it did play out like this, then already I'm feeling pretty happy. So let's take a look. What else is available right here at pick 73? This might be the area where we take one of these receivers that has potential to develop and be the guy that can take over for a Tyler Lockett eventually, and then also just be the replacement for D. Eskridge right away. So I see a couple guys that are here on the board. One, I do like Ricky Pearsall. Especially when he had his starting quarterback before he was hurt. I thought he looked great, right? Great route runner, good hands, got the speed, got everything you'd want. Now, Jalen McMillan also here. Look at this. We're looking very similar size, right? And again, same type of thing with Jalen McMillan. Has the speed, would obviously have the familiarity with Ryan Grubb's offense, has the hands. And I think just because of how well that fits, we're going to go ahead and take him. We'll take him right here. And now we've got a Michigan player, we've got a Washington player. We've also taken some of the guys that just fit with this coaching staff. Now we've made all these trades, so our next pick isn't coming for a while. Not until 156 is when we get our next pick. Okay, so here we go. Oh, okay. I actually don't mind what where we're ending up with here. Again, in this range, it looks like there's a few players that I like in this range that are still available to us here at 156. Tyrese Knight, linebacker out of UTEP, looking good, has been moving upwards, and we know that the Seahawks are interested because I believe they already have met with him. If I remember right, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I do believe the Seahawks have met with Tyrese Knight. Bo Limmer, good center out of Arkansas. Jared Wiley, the tight end out of TCU. again, could be that another good receiving type tight end for you. Uh, Luke McCaffrey, a wide receiver. This is another wide receiver I actually like. Uh, and he does carry that McCaffrey name, so uh, maybe that brings him a little bit more recognition. But I do think this is the sort of range that would make sense for him, and he could be good. I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched any uh, of Luke McCaffrey's highlights or just tape on him. He does look good. Uh, and he has good size. He is bigger than Christian McCaffrey. I don't know what happened to Christian McCaffrey and why he's smaller than the rest of his family, but uh, you know, it, it is what it is. And Luke McCaffrey, uh, I don't think he's going to be too bad. So we got a handful. I get Kitan Oladapo out of Oregon State, the safety there. uh, He's another guy that I like as well. So again, some pretty decent choices in this area. Uh, and which way do I want to go here? I know we got a couple of linebackers already, but we do have, on the team right now, we got a bunch of linebackers with 1 year deals. Can you bring in rookies that are going to all have 4 year deals? And if you like them, then you're having a group of rookies that are all, you know, starting eventually, and or nice depth pieces for you eventually, that are on cheap 4 year contracts. And I really like Tyrese Knight, so I'm going to take Tyrese Knight here. We got 3 linebackers so far in this draft, but I just think with the way that presented itself, I like where we're getting that player. Now our next pick is at 179 here. I saw somebody comment recently about Eric All, tight end out of Iowa, was formerly at Michigan as well, and how he could be a good tight end to take. I see it. A lot of times here I take Tanner McLaughlin later in these drafts, and I actually like him a little bit better as a receiving tight end. I'm not really sure if Eric All is all that good. I just don't see the speed with him, or being like a deep threat. Like a Tanner McLaughlin could potentially be. I think, yeah, I just don't think Eric All is quite the same receiving tight end that it could be. So I don't like, just thinking about him in the Ryan Grubb system. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if he has really the skill set that fits in that scheme and that system and really takes advantage of it. But and maybe it is because of the leg injury. Maybe that is what is coloring my opinion on that situation. Could be potentially, but you know, I just don't know if I quite see it with him all the way there. But okay, let's see here. We're getting into these late rounds where again you might decide to start just filling need, right? And at this point, we're looking at need is obviously still offensive line for this team, and if we're saying that, and Ladarius Henderson is still here, again, it's somebody that might make sense, just because obviously the offensive coaching staff isn't going to be as familiar with them, but they'll be familiar with them in the way they played against them in the championship game, and obviously Mike McDonald's going to know him and would be able to vouch for him as well. So we'll take Henderson here, filling a need. And then our next pick, 192 here. Let's get. Um, okay, so here's another safety that I like. A little bit farther down the board here, but I don't want to miss on him because our next pick isn't going to come till 235. Sion Vaki out of Utah. I'm a big fan of the guy. Again, filling some depth and need at depth there. So we'll take him at this spot because we've definitely covered linebackers and offensive line at this point. We've covered defensive line. So yeah, we're late in the draft. We're filling some other areas. Okay, so now we are at 235. We still have pick 250 as well. So we got a couple of options to pick players. So here, for me, then, this is where I'm going to take Gabriel Murphy. Then I'll take Gabriel Murphy here. Make sure I get another player along the edge for that defensive line. Again, the potential that he has and filling out depth in that room. And then with our final pick at 250 here, let's see here. Who did we pick up so far? Yeah, maybe in this one with this final pick here, we take somebody. Again, I'm going to go a little bit farther down the rankings here, but again, taking that other wide receiver because we got Jalen McMillan, but getting a guy that is very good at again returning punts and kicks. Anthony Gold here out of Oregon State. Then again, we got somebody that could potentially be the replacement for Tyler Lockett already down the line, and now we're getting somebody that could just you step in, you say, hey, we got a new 4-year contract for this guy. He's over, and he's going to be cheaper than D. Eskridge, so we can just get rid of that contract and not worry about letting him have a final year, right? Because we haven't seen the production anyways. So let's take a recap of this mock draft. At the top of the draft, we traded back a few times. We still end up with Graham Barton out of Duke, becoming your starting guard. Then we get Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M. And you're thinking, yeah, he's going to compete right away for one of those. I know they, we had a few linebackers walk out the door, so they had to sign in, bring new linebackers in. So these are new linebackers that they liked enough to sign him, but only give them 1-year contract. So yeah, Edgerrin Cooper is competing for a starting job right away. Tavondre Sweat, defensive tackle. Again, you're going to get him in games. I know there's like talk out there like, oh, but he's so big. Is he really going to have the endurance? Again, go look at his college history. Every single year he is college, from the time he was a freshman through his time as a senior, his snap count increased every year. So he's, even though he's a big guy, he knows how to handle that weight or how to work with that weight on the field. And again, there's Hall of Famers in the NFL right now that have lower snap percentage than Tavondre Sweat has had in his college career. So it's about how much of an impact you make when you're on the field. And I think a guy like Tavondre Sweat can potentially make a lot of impact on the field just based on how much he's helping out his teammates around him, the linebackers around him, helping out. Again, imagine him right lined up at nose tackle. You got Draymond Jones on one side of him. You got Leonard Williams on the other side of him. Ooh, that is a big, beefy defensive line. That is, you think, probably going to be doing a good job of stuffing the lanes and making sure that there's no big runs against them, but also still having defensive tackles on either side of Tavondre Sweat that can really put pressure in the backfield. Yeah, I think that'd be a fun combination to see. Then at 62, we picked up Junior Colson, linebacker out of Michigan, who Mike McDonald's going to be very familiar with, and will come in and understand and fit the system right away. Jalen McMillan, again, going to come in and understand the offensive system that Ryan Grubb has right away, has all the talent and ability there. Tyrese Knight, a linebacker who can come in and fill a depth need, maybe in year one here, maybe possibly competing for a starting job. And then you would think, hopefully, he's going to be able to develop and at least by year two become one of the starters across that linebacker group. Ladarius Henderson, your guard, fill in some depth. Sion Vaki, same thing. Safety, fill in depth. Gabriel Murphy, your edge out of UCLA, again, filling depth and hopefully developing. And Anthony Gold, same deal. Trying out for those special teams, punt and kick returns, filling out depth, and hopefully also being able to be more productive on the field in general than D. Eskridge has so far to this point. So there you go. There's our draft. We ended up with what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picks in this draft with the trades we've made. And again, getting 5 of those in the first 3 rounds. Yeah, that plays out pretty well and gives you a lot of flexibility to, one, take players of high value just at certain positions. And so you're taking one kind of like what you think might be best available, and then also, filling some needs at the same time. So there you go. Let me know what you think of this draft. Give it the grade A, B, C, D, F. If it played out this way, would you like it? And if you're a Seahawks fan, I know it might feel kind of. I know the way some fans get when they're watching drafting, when they see the Seahawks trading back multiple times, and you get excited about certain guys that you hear their names closer to the top of the draft. Are you going to be somebody that's like, oh man, I wanted them to get somebody else, or just take one of those guys? I don't care if they are able to pick up more picks in the middle and get even more value and more players in that range. I just wanted one of the top guys. Let me know how you feel about the idea of them trading back, or just sticking at 16. All right. So there you go. There it is. Thank you so much for checking out these videos. I think we're at 158 subscribers now, so we're 2 away from 160. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave those comments in general. If you're listening on a podcast version, sure would love it if you hit the follow on that or the subscribe on that, and then hit a 5-star rating and a written review, because that all helps the show grow as well. And there you go. That is it for this one. So thanks for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with this sea of sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.